review. All I see is you taking clips from your old review, adding and taking away a few bits, slapping them together and calling this a different review. At least when Angry Video Game Nerd did revisions, he went into more explanatory detail and showed more of the game footage, plus he actually improved on it, so he can justify calling it a different review, but I guess Game Dude is just too lazy for that.
Humans are monstrosities, don't belong in the Sonic universe.
By your logic, all characters who aren't Sonic, Tails and Eggman don't belong in the Sonic universe.
And need to be massacred immediately. They're absolutely retarded. Clones are everywhere.
Okay, that's common for video games to reuse the same models for characters and objects, etc.
Silently expressing how shitty this game is.
No, they're silently expressing the awfulness of your reviews.
Everyone knows you can't have a Sonic game without an accordion player. Now, the worst of them all is Elise. This half-white, half-orange slut.
To me, she doesn't look much like a slut, but then again, I guess you're the expert.
There's a romantic relationship with Sonic. I can't watch this. I'm afraid this nightmare is going to lead to animated hentai bestiality or something. I hope Amy beats the shit out of this fucking bitch that needs to go back to Final Fantasy where she came from. Missions aren't retarded, they're vegetables.
Okay, anyone who thought that joke was funny deserves to be shot.
In this one, all you have to do is keep talking to the first person you see, and that's it. Nothing else.
You know, by the way you say it, you're implying that all other missions in the game are like that, which is a lie. All the other missions require at least more skill to them, and some can even be fairly challenging as well. I should know.
That was incredible!
Yeah, an incredible piece of shit!
Thank you, Game Dude. That was really necessary.
Not!
What is Tails doing? Look, even the soccer ball sinks without a splash. What a fucking circus.
Oh my god, no splash! Game is ruined forever!
Loading screens are everywhere, and they're so long, you can actually beat a few levels from the classics before they end. Graphics are realistically ugly when they should be stunningly cartoonish.
Wow. Bitching about a game not having cartoony graphics and looking realistic. That's pathetic. Does anyone honestly care about the looks of the game? Oh, and Testes 125 and Mario to Plumber don't count.
Level design is bad. Almost nothing is reminiscent of the classics.
Please refer back to an earlier part of the commentary because I am not repeating myself.
There's a lot of pop-up. Tree, no tree. Tree, no tree. Invisible walls are everywhere.
I'll bet if that invisible wall wasn't there, you'd still bitch.
There's no rumble. Look how bad the camera is.
I will admit the camera was bad, but just to ask, why were you flying into that arch? Oh, and by the way, you're using Tails wrong. When he tires after flying, you have to let go of the X button and he'll descend a lot smoother. You know, just like in Sonic Adventure DX.
A chimpanzee would handle the camera better.
Maybe. I mean, after all, I'm sure a chimpanzee would be smarter than you.
At least the music matches the sceneries.
Wow, that's some great vocabulary. The music matches the sceneries?
Because poor literacy is cool.
But that's exactly why they're worse than Alvin and the Chipmunks singing with allergies and alarm clocks.
Okay, wait a minute. At first you said the music was good as it matches the scenery, and now you say it's bad? Wow, it only took you 10 seconds to contradict yourself. So, is it good or not? Make up your mind. I think it's more than safe to say that this has been a ding pointless moment.
Collision detection sucks. You won't find the glitches. The glitches will find you. Half the game is nothing but button tapping and cinematics glued together. Sonic doesn't leave footprints in the sand anymore, slides like he's figure skating, and never runs as fast as he used to.
Okay, I'd have more to say here, but right now my brain just burst into tears and said, no more.
Instead of most robots resembling animals as they should, they resemble ass.
I think the robots in the game look badass myself. But it's so hard to please Captain Nitpick.
Some of the rings are impossible to get. They wouldn't be so difficult if the camera didn't change angles or if the controls weren't so bad. Yes! No!
And also, if idiots like you didn't try to get every single ring. It's not entirely necessary to get all the rings in the level, and only stupid people like you would ever try to do that.
Fuck Nozzle! Now look at this! Sonic outruns this orca, jumps on flying pieces of wood, jumps on the orca's fin, and now logically, you'd assume that Jackie Chan's gonna jump to that nearby island.
Except that the island is too far away for Sonic to jump to, and he'd probably drown in the process.
But no, instead, he clings onto the fin like a frightened cat, and now Tails has to save him. It's the lamest excuse to force you to play as Tails, who should have been following my ass to begin with.
Right, but instead of following Sonic and being next to useless, he now serves a helpful purpose in the game and lets you play as him. How dare they?
And what was he doing, randomly standing by the edge of the dock? To save Sonic, you hit the switch. But why would you want to spoil the fun?
You know what? I'm supposed to save her, but that spoils the fun.
What? Surely you didn't expect to go through the whole review without him ripping off his idol James Rolfe at least once?
Okay, why is there even a gate here? Am I in a fucking aquarium? And why was it left open to begin with? Now look at that! It doesn't even fully close. Why doesn't this stupid orca just swim underneath?
Because the gate is too low and it would probably hurt itself trying to swim under it.
Or go around. Look at it. How the fuck could it block the way?
Maybe because the orange fences are electrified and it's too high for the whale to jump over and it's walled underwater so he can't swim underneath it. Well, either way, makes sense to me.
Nothing makes any logical sense. How did Sonic know the orca was trying to escape?
Because he could tell by how it was behaving.
Why did the orca try to escape the second Sonic jumped on its spin? Why were the other orcas trying to escape?
What other orcas?
And why didn't Sonic try to set them free instead of keeping them imprisoned? I mean, what an asshole!
You want to know what I find funny? Is how you're trying to point out logic in a video game about a blue supersonic hedgehog who can run really fast. I think your hero AVGN can answer your question about the game's logic.
It's just a game, so who gives a shit?
Tails, you saved me.
No, he didn't. You saved yourself by jumping away and defeated the entire purpose of having to play as Tails. Now, could the infinite train, loaded with bullshit, be any longer? Yes.
Brace yourselves, everyone. Game Dude is trying to point out more video game logic.
How the hell did he jump from here all the way to here?
Because that area was on the other side of the gate.
Now there's no reason why he couldn't jump to that nearby island at the very beginning.
I am not repeating myself, Game Dude.
If you don't hit the switch, you have to watch this. That was almost 10 seconds of nothing. Why doesn't Sonic jump away like he did before a partially closed gate?
Because if Sonic tried to do that, he'd just hit the top of the gate and fall into the water.
The orca disappears into the gate and beneath the water. Now the camera shakes, and this is a cutscene.
Darn, we're not gonna make it. Let's speed up.
Oh, now he runs faster? If he ran faster at the very beginning,
He would have just crashed into everything because the first area isn't as open as this one is.
he would have caught up by now. One up? What's wrong with this?
Ugh, my brain cells are exploding. Who cares about what an extra life in a video game looks like? I'll bet 99.9% of people who play this game never even thought of that.
And I die 2 seconds later? Why are they replaced by empty containers?
Because you already got that 1-up earlier. If the 1-up containers kept respawning, think of how easy the game would be.
What a crap full of fuck platypus. Okay, so I beat the level, but why does Sonic stop and pose in the middle of the chase? Riding the snowboard looks fun, but trust me, it sucks more than a vacuum.
You like that one? It took me hours to think that up.
The controls are horrible. Fuck! It's like riding a unicycle wearing a sumo suit moving a horse on a baby stroller through a bunch of winding hills.
Good gravy, the jokes on Happy Meals are funnier than this.
No, don't go up! Oh, come on! It didn't even hit me!
Why were you even going up to begin with? If you hold down on the left analog stick, then you can outrun the snowball no problemo.
Well, now I'm fucked. What? You could go right through it? What? I died?
Well, maybe you shouldn't have made yourself stop on purpose so the snowball could overtake you. Once again, Game Dude.
You are an idiot!
If Tails was already about halfway through the level, then why didn't he just finish up by himself without waiting for Sonic? Are they trying to save the world? Or are they baton racing with invisible batons?
Come on, just 2 more minutes to go.
Well, I couldn't tell you exactly what they're doing. Why? Because the story is a completely illogical fucking encyclopedia.
If we don't return in time, Elise will die on board Eggman's battleship. That means
you travel back even further in time.
And that's what they do later on in the story. Did you even play through the whole game, or get any kind of knowledge of the story before doing this, quote, revision?
I mean, if you can travel through time, then why should you worry about it?
It's a case, though, of whether they can get the Chaos Emerald necessary to travel through time. I mean, getting a Chaos Emerald from inside a volcano isn't exactly easy.
Oh, you're gonna love this one. Shadow jumps into this portal. Oh, you son of a bitch.
And then, you son of a bitch.
And out comes Rouge the Bat. We? What do you mean, we? Shadow jumped into the portal. I don't know where the fuck you came from. Now, this is where the game really takes it up the ass. Dying is easier than a kindergarten math test. Believe me, you don't want to fuck around in this death playground. Everything wants you dead. The almost unavoidable obstacles on the road and falling debris that comes out of nowhere and hits you in a fraction of a second. The camera by changing angles. The bad
That road was not invisible, you just got too far to the edge.
frame rate by making you run faster than the camera and crash into objects. And ironically, even the rings, because when you magically glide through them, the straightforward momentum hurls you into even more objects.
Then the answer is simple. Don't use the light dash on those rings.
Also, if you stay too close to the edges, you die. If you jump too early, you die. If you jump too late, you die. And because you can only jump straight, if you jump at the wrong angle, you die. You will die again and again and again and again and again.
It's like you touch the top of the building, you die. You touch the ceiling, you die. You touch the floor, you die. Too far to the right, you die. Too far to the left, you die. You die, you die, you die, 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 die. Oh, God, I can't fucking stand it.
I can't take it anymore.
This game is a disgrace to the Hedgehog's legacy.
That's another thing you say in nearly all of your reviews. Sonic is a video game character. He doesn't have a legacy.
Why is it so bad? Why is it so fucking atrocious? I had more fun being trapped underneath 2 Triceratops fucking while one of them takes a diarrhea on my face. Is vomited hedgehog poison shit diluted mushy green, partially undigested rotting cow shit.
Once again, Game Dude is making his animal references in lame AVGN-like jokes.
It sucks. It really sucks. It super fucking sucks. So much super fucking gorilla fuck. It fucking sucks itself inside out, infinitely beyond imagination, and makes black holes explode. And I think it's a pile of poop.
So, that's the end of Game Dude's revised Sonic 06 review. Whew, that was quite an ordeal, but I did it. I can honestly say that he put next to 0 effort into making this review better than his original one. He showed the same levels, made the